definitely hope the same for you and hope you all are staying safe during this crazy quarantine. So, with that being said, much love to all. Love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you are this your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family, keep being open towards change. Many of our downloads and upgrades and side grades and all these grades are coming to us and giving very valuable intel for us to know intel information, my bad, information that is truly needed along our way of transition. So, with that being said, much love to all. Namaste. Love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching for a while, I have not, please like and subscribe. Um, so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. I don't know what is going on with my eyeliner today. Issue, it look fine, and then next, it runs. Ugh. But anyways, if you are comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback to the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacted your life, and heading you towards a positive direction. And if you feel like the videos are very informative, uplifting, and give you good vibes that you can share with a loved one, family, or friend, or even a fellow empath that are going through trying times at the moment and needing confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give me a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites, wherever you see fit. And thank you for the support that y'all constantly give me. Is so greatly appreciated. And I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And my video that I'm doing today, oh, the music I'm listening on the background, sorry y'all, I'm all discombobulated. uh Tranquility music for mindfulness, peace of mind, meditation for a positive mind, and self-healing. And I will post that link in the description box below. And the video I'm doing right now is Twin Flame 101. When you are reflecting as your own spirit totem. I was like, God, dog, that's deep as hell. I was just like, oh my God. I came up with that content like a while back. And then I was just like, okay, I'm gonna just place it there because like I told you, I'll keep a book, my Heyoka book on all the contents that, I think about, or I could be texting somebody and something that really sticks out from it. And they're like, ooh, that was like a download. I'm like, okay, write it down because I think I did that earlier and I did that day before yesterday. I was talking to y'all, and next thing I'm like, oh, let me write this down. We're going through many different changes that are taking place in our life. Sorry about that, y'all. My energy is acting crazy today. We had to experience, we had to endure. It might hurt like hell. That's okay because it allows you to be able to see things at a different perspective, being able to understand what kind of information or some kind of lesson you had to learn throughout those experiences that you have constantly endured. Because a lot of times we have to you know be repetitive on certain sequences of our life because we're not catching what universe is putting down. We had to, it's like you had a little slow moment, like when it comes to like, oh, that's what you meant. Going through 1,001 times. I know your spirit God be like, oh my God, I don't even smoke and they about to make me go get a cigarette. I be seeing that at times when I be saying something to God. I'm like, God, I gotta talk to you. I'm like, oh Lord, here we go. What is it, my child? It was like, but it's just like when you're giving God his own gray hairs, and that's you can't do that. But you're going through these things in your life, and it can constantly put you on a whirlwind of emotions. Sometimes they can make you want to jump ship. Sometimes it makes you want to throw your hands in the air and wave them from side to side and say I'm done. And other times, what, you'll cry, whine, be pissed off at the world. Next thing you know, it's like, understood. But y'all ain't had to come at me like that. Sometimes we get like that. It gets at us. And you are really trying to understand about everything that's taking place in your life. Why has it got to be so heavy? Why it got to be so intense? Why it got to be so hard? Because we're Heyokas. We could have clear jump ship. It's just like the signs and the answers are right directly sticking in our face. And we will totally overlook. things like that. Like if your mom tells you, well, my mom would tell me that, if like it was a snake, it would have bit you. Because sometimes you miss it, but you don't understand a universe, your spirit guides, your past loved ones. They're always whispering things to you, to give you that word of encouragement, telling you everything is going to be okay. But a lot of times we create problems that's not even there at times. You can be stressed out about something that ain't even took place yet. You already worried about it. It was like, man, stop funking up. Stop funking up the daggone vibes that's coming towards you. You're making them stink. They trying to come up to you and uplift you, give you empowerment. But you sit up here blocking all type of shots and stuff like that, and don't realize when you're all up in your feelings about things, you're all up in, all in confusion and starting assuming things. You don't realize you're blocking like positive vibes that is trying to get to you. Because there's times I can sit up here and be going through my emotions and just get aggravated of everything that I'm going through, and be pissed off at the world. I'm like, look, I'm pushing out positivity, I'm pushing out these things, and don't realize certain things had to take place in my life to strengthen me. A lot of times we feel like we're punished, the world is mad at us. Why do I keep gravitating towards these people? They ain't about nothing. you know but it's like, I say everybody comes in your life to either teach you, hurt you. Either they need to learn from you, or you're learning from them, or they're just up there taking you to your next chapter. And a lot of times when that is taking place, it has to hit you in the most profound way. It either can be a lot of love or a lot of daggone hate. Either or, you're going to still need those things, because those are the things that make you strong. But a lot of times when we go through different situations like that, it makes you block, like, okay, this person. I just said that, I think, in a couple of videos ago, that I went through so many different things when it came to people that was always coming in my life and then was trying to block stuff that they didn't want me to have. And I used to get so mad at that, and didn't realize when I'm in my cool point now, you can see that every connection was a sign. Every connection was a lesson that had to be learned. Every connection was something that taught you either a confirmation or something you need to live and keep walking by. And those are the things you really needed, because at that time you might be stressed out because these certain things are happening to you, or you're in a karmic relationship or a karmic connection that you cannot run, you can't hide, you can't forge nothing, you can't run for the border, you can't do nothing like that except sit there, allow yourself to heal, and look at everything in a positive way, looking like you about to, you are 2.9 milliseconds from losing your daggone mind. And those are the things that had to come back and tell you, when you look in the mirror every day, you were your own superhero. You were your own power. You were your own spirit totem. Any kind of totem that came up to you, it was some kind of connection that was related to you anyway. And I was like, you know what? That is so deep. Oh, that's so deep. It's like anytime I take a pause for the calls, all of a sudden all these crazy texts, not texts, but contents come to me, and I'm just writing them down. I'm just getting me some more thumbnails, because I like the ones they have on Pinterest. And it'll be something about that picture, and it'll be something that'll hit me in a type of way. And I'm just like, that's beautiful. I love abstract stuff, because it's just a lot of times, a picture towards a person is like, us, we see everything that is not really being reflected the way it is. It's all about how you choose to look at that perspective. It's all about how you look at that subject. Is it life imitating art? Is it something that's reflecting you that you can relate to, or something that is something that you need to find within yourself? And those are all the things that make you be your own spirit totem. And I was just like, that's some deep stuff. I'm like, oh, I'm not really this deep. When I used to talk like this, I was smoking, and I don't even smoke no more. It's going on close to almost 2 years, and I am so proud of myself. But it's just like, I remember, I forgot who it was, but somebody sent me this video. I forgot who it was, but they sent me a video and all these different questions. It's like, if you do things to grow or something like that. I forgot what it was, but it's like, why is a building called a building? Because you don't add any more to it. You're still building onto it. I'm like, you know what? That's deep. But stop sending me stuff like that, because you're gonna really make me think about some crazy stuff. And I don't have that kind of capacity at this point in time right now. But it's just like all those different things is coming into your life, is inspiring you in some kind of way. Even when those are the same things that knock you down, it's all about how is your bounce back game. Some people are never like, not saying that it happens every once in a while, but you don't know the vibes of somebody else's struggle. But a lot of times, if you're blessed to be able to bounce into a blessing that is going to enrich you in so many different ways, that's a good thing. But a lot of us, we have to go through lack of. You have to go through doing everything on your own, doing it the hard way. Because you're doing it the easy way, you're not going to learn nothing. You're not going to appreciate nothing. You're not going to see the value of what they're trying to guide you towards, or what kind of blessings they're trying to give you. You have to go through those heavy days. You have to go through those days that just seem like no love is even being shown towards you. And those are the time it feels like everybody gonna turn their back on you. And a lot of times you have to be able to go through that to appreciate what good times are. And I look at the things that I've done. There's things that has happened in my life that has really torn my heart up. There's a lot of things that I don't spoke on in my videos, and there's a lot of things I haven't. But it's just when I allow myself to see the change within the change, and being blessed from those changes, because it's like it transformed me into a person that was always there. I just didn't acknowledge it, or I feared it. It was anything that reflected something that I needed to see within myself. Hell, I used to run from my dad, and me and my dad are a mirror image of each other. And I used to run, and there's times that I'm seeing him in telepathic ways, and I try all I can do for not laughing at him when he go off on me. Like, if I gotta chase you one more time, so I'll chase you all over the world and back, because I love you, my child. But if you don't stop running today, and I try not to laugh, I'm like, okay. He said, are you thinking this is funny? Nope. And me trying not to laugh. But that was kind of connection we had. I feared what I didn't understand. I ran from things that was the truth that I truly needed it. But I had to go through all these different trials and tribulations for me to understand the importance of loving yourself, understand the importance of putting high standards for yourself, putting up healthy boundaries of yourself. You always have to go through very hellish stuff for you to appreciate the positive things that you're trying to place into your life. You have to be able to have high standards. It's not because you feel like you're better than anybody. You just don't need nobody coming in your life, just crapping on everything you have and not respecting the person and the being you truly are. Because you tell somebody, what do you want in life? What do you want as a person? What do you want as a man? And I used to get asked that when I used to date people. And that was around my time where I was looking for love in the external when I needed to be looking in the internal. And when you allow yourself to basically have you are an advocate or an ambassador of low maintenance, that is the worst kind of representation you never want to let nobody see. Because when you tell them you're very low maintenance, that's not something that is good. That is like you are just going to deal with anything. No, you don't need to do that. Even though you might have a penny to your dime to just to place on that table to bring towards that table, but you need to be proud of that penny and that damn dime that you represent. Okay, you have to have all that stuff when you're allowing yourself to let transformation take place in your life. And it's like I seen the things I've endured. I seen the embarrassing things I'm not going to even admit to. There's certain things I done seen, and I was like, I wouldn't have told nobody that. I wouldn't have told. That would have been one little thing I done sit up here and would have kept towards myself. And it was just like there's things that I've seen, and I'm trying not to be gutter today. But it was funny. But I'm like, dang, we all got to go through our walks of life of learning how there are certain times you shouldn't be talking about stuff when you should have kept that to yourself. But it is what it is. So I'm gonna be good today. So I'm gonna leave that alone. But it's all about the lessons you choose to learn about yourself, about your path, about your magic that has always been there. It's been hiding under sadness. It's been hiding under, you know, low self-esteem, or not having that, lacking confidence or faith within yourself as well as your surroundings to get you where you truly need to be. And universe, your spirit guides, your loved ones that have passed on that is guiding you, is always trying to press you in front of that mirror and say, look at you, what do you see? And a lot of times you don't like what you see. You know I do it at times, because it's like there's times I seen sadness, I seen being broken. I didn't have anything that was very positive to say about myself. Even though it was there, I was just exposed to where nobody showed me anything that was good about me. They always pointed out the bad, and didn't realize they were just speaking on themselves. They weren't speaking on me. They were mad because they wanted me to be like them. And I was totally opposite of that. So I have to be grateful for those so many times I don't fell and hit my big ass head on the daggone ground. I wiped that daggone thing off and just kept moving. Allowed myself to get up and dust myself off and try again. Appreciate those times of struggle, appreciate those down times and those setbacks, those failures, those stupid mistakes that I did, being one of those adrenaline junkies and doing my own stupidity. Even though I got much respect for folks like that, but I ain't equipped like that. I don't know. I'm good. I'm good. I done died a few times. I came back, but look, I ain't trying to go, head on to a cliff and be holding on with one fingernail. I'm not doing all that. But it's like going through all these different changes in your life, it benefits you. Yes, it hurts like hell when you got to sit up here and face a lot of the things that has hurt you. But those things that hurt you was supposed to be that wake up call. These things that you need to see within yourself. See the things that you need to heal from. A lot of times we're trying to understand why there's toxic people that keep gravitating towards us. You may end up being that person's blessing, and with them, they were the blessing of you. And a lot of times we don't see that. It's like, oh my God, you're trying to say that, narcissistic people, sociopaths, psychopaths, all these people that are like truly the underdog that was willing to, you cock that one eye and they're really willing to steal the crack off your ass. That's what type of people you needed in your life, because it represented what you should not ever tolerate within yourself. But it also, in the same instance, you need to go ahead and understand what's not being said, but it's being shown. Actions speak louder than daggone words. I had realized that even with your empath, and it's just like when it comes to people that I know that has, stabbed me in the back, just, trying to make sure that they don't, I don't go to the next level. I laugh about stuff like that because it's just the fact is, people think I'm that old person. Number one, you can't approach me with some old stuff on a new path, on a new outlook, and it's just like some people feel like, okay, well, if I offer an olive branch to be her friend and say I'm sorry, maybe she'll let me back in her life. I'm gonna forgive you, but I'm not gonna forget what you did. I am not. I can be my own damn best friend. I don't need nobody. I don't need no help to starve to death. Okay, I don't need that. If I know you coming in my life and you weren't doing something that was very therapeutic for me or positive, or you just had hidden intentions or anything like that, it taught me something. But it also taught me, like, if you can't respect the gift I'm giving you, and you're not giving me the same gift I'm giving you back, and I'm just making me question your motives, we don't need to be friends. We don't need to be nothing. But I appreciate what you taught me. God bless you, and I'll keep continuing to pray for you, but you're gonna love me from a distance like I'm gonna love you, and keep going. Because some people feel like, oh, she doesn't have anybody. Oh, she don't have nobody relate to her. So maybe if I come in and switch up the energy I was giving, even though my energy is still the same, but you're trying to come back at me with a different game. No, I'm good, but I'm not gonna have nothing bad to say about you or whatever. Cause I know I get tested about that. Cause I know I had to go through that recently. And I didn't go off. But it was just like, I was thinking about that today. I was like, yeah, when they had called and the action was coming, and it reminded me of Khloe Kardashian when she was sitting up here talking to Tristan's friend, and she banged on that table, liar, and that was right exactly in my head, and I started busting out laughing like, damn, that I was like, never made me feel that, and I appreciate what that situation had brought me, because enemy brought that back in my life because they wanted me distracted. They want to make sure I brought somebody inside mode to come back and still wreck shop for me getting on my blessings, or at least they were going to be riding with me to make sure they can get a part of the whatever, you know. That's okay. I don't. I'll be by myself before I allow somebody to come in my life, and I know you're not there, and you have good intentions. I'm not going, because I was at that person. If I know you did some shicey stuff to me and I know you were living trife off a trife, I usually cuss you out and then feel real good doing it, and then be cussing you out after I done cussed you out. And now I'm at that time in my life. I'm not about to use no energy that is not even there anymore. I'm not even going to conjure up that, because if I conjure up something like that, that's like you regurgitating up something. If I do that, it ain't going to be nothing nice. It's going to be like one of them, when they drop them atomic bombs and it come all up. No, I don't need to be all like that. That's too dangerous. Way too dangerous. But I appreciate what my downtime is reflected to me. I appreciate from all the darkness of toxic interactions I've dealt with in my life. I put myself in situations as growing up as a teen. I guess all of us has made some bad decisions as a teen, but it's like when I see myself doing the things that I do, it makes my soul cry, because I was doing things that a child shouldn't be doing. For number one, I placed myself in situations where I was looking for a connection that was never there. And it was like, now I allow myself to really see what is being shown to me from, at that child. I had to heal that, because it was like always trying to find connections where it wasn't even there. I got used. I had manipulated. People would laugh and talk about me in my face, and I still stood there because I felt like that was normal. That was what I was used to. I couldn't really, grieve off of anything, because I was always said, get over it. So it's just like when I allow myself to see what has taken part in my life, all the different changes I've been in allowed me to see where I needed to be healed at. There's times I sat here and cried with emotion and telling the universe, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be misled. Thank you for allowing me to have my heart broken. Thank you for allowing me to see disappointment within others, but more within myself. When all these things don't take place, those are the things you truly appreciate. Anybody want to tell you you're weak minded, you're this, you're naive. It's not none of those things. It's you being within your heart. We know everybody got a bad side to them, but we choose not to see that. We choose to see that love that is needed to be in that person's life, that you're trying to, coat them, sugarcoat them with your love. Not that you're, faking a funk, but you see and feel that energy that they carry around, that you're saying, what, that person needs love. And don't ever allow somebody to say, and at times we even do it ourselves when we go through these really bad breakups, like, what the hell was I thinking? Because I look at my situation, I'm like, what were you thinking? Look, whatever stuff you were smoking on to, don't ever touch that again, because you seeing the things you don't rolled up against. I'm really trying to understand what the hell. No, but I appreciate it. I appreciate what I went through. I appreciate those times in my life, because when I went to that moment, I soaked into that moment, basked the ambience of, transformation that it was truly needed in my life. Every time I looked in the mirror, it showed me of me being my own spirit totem. It holds answers that sometimes it's hard for us to reach, because we feel like we're looking all on the outside when we were supposed to look in. You're your ego that soars in the sky, that has confidence that they can fly any kind of temperatures, or or depths of the world, heights and stuff like that. You can do that, but you have to have confidence within yourself to do that. You're a squirrel, you move quick, but you save up what you need to have. Your fox, hey, don't let them catch you slipping. You're like that. But a lot of times you got to go through hell and high water and come back a few times for you to be able to realize you always had that power. Everything, we always look at, looking in the wrong places for something we should look right there in the mirror for. A lot of times when we're going through these spiritual changes in our life, we're looking at somebody else or someone that was going to come save us, when all you had to do is look in the mirror. That's the only person that's going to save you. That's the only person that should be your superhero. You can bless thank the people that brought you to that point, because interactions with different people, whether it was good or bad, it brought something very valuable in your life that you truly needed to learn, you truly needed to see, you truly needed to heal from. All those different things is taking place to bring you to where you are right now. And we still need, there's certain things that need still touching up, but you have to give yourself where credit's due. It took a lot, because I guarantee you a lot of times we get down on ourselves, but you have to understand, no average person could endure the things that we endure. Because if you look at Heyokas is very like, they're that sacred clown. They see life as being serious, but they don't allow themselves to view it as being serious. Like, we can have those serious moments, but we try to lighten up the mode, because it's like, damn, this is dreadful. This is like looking at paint dry. Like that. You don't need to be like that all the time. Allow yourself to be serious. But when you can laugh to keep from crying, you laugh the hell out of yourself. That's what you need to do. But there's times in your life you have to give yourself credit for where you are right now. Don't sit up here and down talk where you're at right now, because you're only all you are is just hurting yourself. It's hurting yourself. You're speaking negativity on yourself. Even if you are not happy with what you're seeing right now, when you're allowing yourself to take the effort on that intense transformation that is totally needed, and you're all gun-ho about it, or allow yourself to use your imagination on what you are trying to transform in your life for you to feel better, for you to be all on the same level. And when you're allowing yourself to do that and having fun with that change in your life, I'm telling you, it's a lot easier to go through, even though it's hard, but you're going to have that excitement you are for transformation, the strength you're seeing even during your downfalls. I was just telling a love bug today, as well as I have to remind myself, we go through healing of layers. You might be good right now, but something else gonna come up, and it's not like, dang, why am I bringing this up? A lot of times it's always what we choose to focus on, or what we're putting our energy in. If you're putting it in something negative, which I've done, y'all even see it in my videos, I don't say something, got all up in my feelings about it, but then I had to allow myself to be seen like that, because you go through it too. You're just not on video doing it. And that's where my strength comes in, because I don't care about other people's judgment, because this is my life. These are things that I had to, heal from. These are the things I'm still healing from. And it's a lot, because I'm not just dealing with one situation, I'm dealing with 12 different ones. And on top of that, it's from the inside, not just from inside with me, but it's in family that I've opened my heart out to, that I thought I can trust. Now that takes a lot of strength to deal with, on top of a family that is public figure. That's a lot to have to deal with, and I had to allow myself to not worry about what other people's opinion is about my life, not worried about who felt some type of way because of what I was presenting. I don't care. This is my truth. I have nothing to lie about, and I have no reason to lie. But this is something that I was guided to do. I didn't pick this life. Well, I signed up for it, but I didn't pick all that stuff. Well, never mind. But anyway, I'm just saying, I didn't ask for all these different changes to go on in my life. It hurt like hell. I won't even lie, it hurt like hell. But when I allow myself to be open and really seeing what has taken place in my life, I want to hug my own self. Like, oh, I'm just so happy, because I allowed myself to be able to see the joy within my pain, my strength when I have to deal with my weaknesses, my boldness when I'm kind of scared to even step foot out of the shadows. But those are the things that has made life interesting, very interesting for me. And then when I'm allowing myself to use the experience, that's why I was chosen for, because there's so many people that I interact with all over the world, that we all can relate to one thing or another, and that's what makes us cool, because it's amazing, because there's times when y'all be dropping these daggone, these comments to me like, Roslynn, it felt like you were talking to me. If that's something that you needed, I like being that friendly reminder. It's like, it's okay to not have it all figured out. You're not supposed to. That's what makes it interesting, because you have to allow yourself to learn where you need to learn, shut up when you need to shut up, and observe when you should not be absorbing. We do that at times. We get all up in our daggone feelings. It's like, okay, whose fault was that? You didn't. I just told you to look. Now all of a sudden you're feeling. You're two different things. You need to look and stop feeling. Just see what needs to be said. See what you need to see. But just observe that. Check and point and keep it moving. And a lot of times it's hard for us to do that, but then you learn from that. And those are the things that encourage you to keep moving. You're not going to have everything figured out in one day. The Rome wasn't even built in one day. But you have to understand, there's a lot of us that are going through things where you can be good for those 2 or 3 days. And then it's going to hit you like it sucker punched you. And you're trying to figure out where all these feelings coming from. Where is this anger coming from? Where is this resentment coming from? Because you're still healing on things, not from just this life, this past life. And all these past lives, they'll merge together within you because they're helping you, seal the deal on this karmic, these karmic cycles and these generational curses. You see it going on just within you as well as other people. And you know what that feels like. That mess is heavy, heavy as all get out. And then you don't want to be bothered with it no more, but you signed up for the name of the game. And they picked the right person because they know you got it. They don't see you in action. But a lot of times we don't give ourselves that credit because of the things that we're dealing with now. But it's all about how you choose to look at those challenges. You have to allow yourself to be the challenge of your challenge. Don't put no limitations on that mess. Take the chains off. You don't need those. Don't be thinking about you having to have that push around too because you can't stand up. You can't. But it's all about how you choose to look at it. If you need to take that break, you take that break. But other than that, you keep moving. No, don't worry about other people and their daggone journeys because they might be right almost at the finish line. Everybody's dealing with their stuff. You're not on a time limit because a lot of times we feel like, well, at age 40, I should have had this and this and this and that. And a lot of times I used to say that back in the day because I sound 40, about to be 43. I almost forgot my daggone age. And I feel like my life is not where it needs to be, but it's exactly where it needs to be. I reach out to people that don't even reach out to me because I feel like, you know what? I know what that feeling feels like. You're lost, confused, you feel abandoned, you feel neglected, and you're wanting that same help that you placed in somebody else, and they ain't got time for you. You did your purpose with them people in their lives. Don't mean they had to entitle themselves to give you back what you gave them. They served their purpose just like you served your purpose in their life. Yeah, it's a hurt situation, but guess what? It is what it is, what it is, what it is. Those people already on ran this course because they already see that they about to wreck your life up for something that you didn't even see that was coming. I appreciate all my daggone triflingness and folks, feeling like these are the people I grew up with. These are the people I trusted. My mom, confided in these people about the situations I went through. Now they done turn their back on me when I needed them most. That hurt. I reached out to my mom. I was blocked from that because of what people put on her that I was supposed to be reflecting on her. All I did is want my mom to love me. All I need is that person. She lost her baby's father. I lost my dad, but I had to deal with all this by myself. It's a blessing that I know who my mom is. I understand she carries around a lot of pain. I did too at once, and I still do. But I still love my mom. Regardless if I don't connect with her in that way, I'm blessed that she brought me into the world because she could have did anything. And everything has served this purpose in the life. And it's just like when you can allow yourself to see your experiences that take place and you can look at it more as a blessing instead of a curse. That's where your strength comes in. Because there was a lot of things that I was dealing with because I tell people, I'm not trying to compare my situation to you, but, I know what it feels like when you have held on to that pain to where you want to die. And I always tell people, I had to tell somebody that, and they have children. I said, the thing that has kept me here is just the fact is I don't want anybody mistreating my kids just because of who the hell their bloodline falls upon. I know they're probably going through the worst than me because they're not all into it where I am. And I never want anybody to sit up here and mistreat my kids. They're only got one mom. Only that mom's love is what is needed. The love my mom had for me, which was my adopted mom, is no longer in the living, but she is hard with me as hell with me now. I hear and talk to her every day, and I appreciate her for everything. She didn't want this life for me, but she's proud of all the efforts I've made within this tragedy. She's very proud of me. And my mom is not a person that talks about pride. She doesn't. But, I appreciate her for everything she has done, everything she's still doing. It took me a long time just for me to actually heal my heart that what is taking place with me not being able to know my biological mom. My mom couldn't get attached to me when she was pregnant because she already knew in her gut she wasn't going to be able to keep me. And those are many days she cried about that. My dad blamed her for a lot of that too. You had a very toxic connection, you know. And I don't have any hate for either one of them. I was like, shoot, how can I be mad at you? You were 16 and this is in the 70s. How, how can I be mad? But I know what has been placed in her mind. Somebody instilled that into her because they didn't want that coming out. So they knew if you connected with her, all this is going to come out. And they didn't want that because too many hands is in the cookie jar. They want to be able to control stuff and still don't even have control of it. But it's just like when I look at my situation and where it has led me to where I am now, if I cry, it's not going to be a sad cry. It's going to be able to see how many things I've overcome, and I've helped other people to see their strength in their storms. you know and I always say this wasn't about me, it's about the people that were going to come connecting with me, wanting answers about why they so different, wanting answers and solutions about why do I have to feel things so extra. How is it that I can be able to walk confident in the power that I hold? Those are the things that I'm dealing with right now. And then there's times I sit here and cry because it's just when I can be able to alleviate some of that heaviness and sadness that you feel, to be able to give you that reminder. We're going to deal with hard stuff all the time, but it's all about how you shield yourself from it. You endure the not like shielding yourself from in front of something, like you're not allowing yourself to feel it, but allowing yourself to just observe of what is taking place in your life. Don't give too much excess energy on that. Don't focus on the bad when you can use that for your good. And that's when you start seeing yourself as your own spirit totem. You looking all, let me see what this means, the spiritual meaning of, you're your own crow. And a lot of times when we see these different things, people have their opinion about black cats, about crows, and all these things. And being able, I had two of my own cats that is not from my in-house, but my outside I always feed. No, two of them. Yeah, a few of them. But recently, it's been two that has passed away, and it hurt my soul. But the way it wasn't supposed to be as that, because I seen it as a death. But also, they represented. They sacrificed themselves for me, as being that transformation of what is no longer needed to what is need for me to be able to see what I'm transforming into. Those things have ended for another thing to begin. I've been sitting up here, different confirmations is coming to me even through music. I was just recently talking about that song by Madonna. What is it? Broken. Frozen. Yeah, Frozen. And it was like I always shielded myself and I held on to anger. I held on to hate, mistreatment. But I didn't realize when I stayed focused on all those bad things, I end up blocking myself from the good things that was always there. Always there, you know. And so I still, when it hurts my heart, even though my dad always told me stop saying that, but it's just like I have to allow myself to, now look at the interactions that we have had before that transition, being able to look at that as a blessing, not something like, if I would have made these decisions, I wouldn't have had to go through that. Because there's times that has came up to me, like, what if I would have said something and went over what my family told me not to do? Anytime I talked to my dad and I didn't realize that was my dad, I never told him his name. They told me not to tell him my name, who he was speaking to, because if he did, I would have found out something that I didn't know, and he would have found out something about me. All those different things. They planted a seed in my dad's eyes about how I was, but he knew in his heart I was, I'm him. He didn't want to believe that. So when I allow myself to be able to see, it's like being able to see that was a connection of love that people always try to sever, and that could never happen. Even though they might have delayed it a little bit, it was always there. So I allow myself to see that as a blessing, that even when he couldn't be there like he really wanted to, he was always mentally, telepathically, spiritually there for me. And being able to be blessed at times, I get a little bit emotional when I see my dad performing and all those different things. But it helps me when I know my dad has helped somebody through his music for them to overcome something. Because that all musicians is the same. They're all telling a story. A lot of times, my dad was like, if you want to know me, listen to my music. That's the only way you're going to listen to it, because he's very private. And a lot of people didn't think that he had children or a child or anything like that. But I said, if you really listen to his music, he don't mention the children a lot, you know, even through the passing of my brother, I feel that part of him, even though I didn't really get to interact with him, I felt that. So all these different changes that are taking place in my life, it might bring up emotions, but it gives me the emotions of, this is something I needed. you know this was It's like I'm conquering something that I always ran from, that it was, scary to me, because I didn't want to own up to something that I couldn't understand. We always fear something we couldn't understand. But these are the things that had to take place in your life for you to be able to see things past the illusion that was molded around you. You're actually seeing truth within itself, and which the truth is within itself. You're always going to be your totem. You represent everything that comes across you that's bringing that message that you needed. So I hope that were able to resonate with this video. It was like, I don't know, like I said, y'all, when I open myself up and allowing myself to get away from the heaviness of negativity, a lot of things comes to me, and it's like really on that deep vibe. And a lot of people need to be able to understand that, or being able to know you can relate to somebody else's, you know, situation through their views. So it's a blessing in many ways. You can be able to do that. So I hope you were able to resonate. Drop me a line. Share. Uh, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you want to hit me up one-on-one, you can always find me at Facebook Messenger between 10 o'clock in the morning till 10:30 p.m. That's 7 days a week, Pacific Standard Time. And I'll help you out with as much as I can on your spiritual, path, not past, and guide you where you need to go. Anything we talk about is confidential, never brings up, respect people's privacy. Uh, you know, Know that you are blessed, highly favored, and forever loved, and knowing there's always somebody out there praying for your better days. And I pray that everything you're trying to manifest into your reality comes 100,000 times more than what you asked for, and it comes way sooner than you expected it. And I will see you on my next video. I want to give a post notification shout out to Lorraine Brandon, Linda Bell. Much love to you, and Marla Hensler. Much love to you as well. If you're new, welcome. It's so good to have you. And I will see you on my next video. Much love to you. Peace. Be well.